Welcome back everybody to FTB. My name's Warrior009 and it's been a little bit since the last episode of FTB's come out, but there has been some tech experiment videos. We finished up the gem armor recently, so if you guys haven't seen those and you are interested in tech, go check those out. But today we're doing FTB, and as you guys can see here, this is a new room, a couple railcraft things that are behind my shoulders here. So this is a blast furnace. This will make us steel. We need steel for a couple things in the future, so blast furnace is very useful. And then over here are coke ovens. You guys have probably seen coke ovens before. These are a little bit different. They changed them in volts and they changed them in FTB. It's just with the updated railcraft. So now instead of having 3 sets of tracks, like if you guys are from my tech experiment world, there used to be 3 sets of tracks. You had this one that did the normal, went up top, and you had this one that went along the side here, but you also had one go along the bottom. Now we don't need the one along the bottom. So we need to finish off a couple of these. I'm going to go over how to make these because some people that haven't seen it before would like to see it. I mean, it's been quite a while since I did it in tech, and it's a little bit different. So I'll go over this. Once we are done with, we need to make some boarding tracks and holding tracks. So that's basically the main thing that we need to do. Then I'm going to show you how to make this little coke oven thing. Most of you probably should already know how to make it, but if you don't, you guys will see it. Once we are done with that, I need to, in a couple episodes, like I'm sure there will be a few episodes coming out this week, I need to go over what I've been doing in Yogcraft. I've done some research off camera, so you guys need to see that. And then we are going to be moving into liquid tesseracts. So if you guys remember from last episode, we'll actually go over there because we're going to need to go up to the sorting facility. But the liquid tesseracts are going to be used for our oil. We need to pump oil from a remote location. There's a couple oil wells from all around, but now we don't have the teleport pipes. In Tekkit we used to have teleport pipes. We could transport items and liquid and all that stuff. Now we have tesseracts. So we have this huge iron tank here, which I have been told is a very inefficient thing, and yes, it is a very inefficient thing, but it's cool. We had the materials, so we made it. There will be another one over there, so this one will be for oil, this one will be for fuel, so we're going to have a couple of refineries in here, but we do need tesseracts to put oil into here, take it from our oil wells. You can see one right here, oil well 1, and then it will go into our tank, and then into our refineries, and then into our secondary tank, and then from there it'll be used for other things. But last episode you guys have seen, I believe it was this, with the steam engines, but we're going to need our rolling machine today. So while I'm getting ready to do the boarding tracks and holding tracks, we will turn this on, get some power going into our rolling machine, because as you guys can see here, it's 0 megajoules, so we need that to start building up. But today we need to be making holding tracks and boarding tracks. So if actually we'll just type in tracks because that's a lot easier to do. Track. So the two main things, in Railcraft there are a lot of different tracks: booster tracks, detector tracks, suspended tracks. I mean, there's a bunch of different things that we could always go over if you guys want to see them. I really haven't done that much, so I'd really like to try some of the trains and some of the really advanced stuff. But today we're going to be making boarding tracks again and holding tracks again. If you guys have already seen this, I'm sorry. It's a little bit different though, so don't just assume that you know how it works already. So we're going to need boarding tracks, which are advanced rails, wooden rail beds. It's been a while since I've been saying these things. Pressure plates and redstone. That's very easy. And then holding tracks is going to be the same exact thing, except wooden rail bed is going to be up here. So if you look at the recipe, same exact thing. And that's strange. It actually gives us 16. I used to remember it only giving us 1. So that's actually going to be really useful. So we're going to need 12 advanced rails in all. Standard rail, redstone, and gold. We have tons of gold, tons and tons and tons of redstone. And standard rail. Standard rail, I guess you can make it that way. And iron ingots, or bronze. So we're going to do the iron ingot way. What did we say we needed? 16? Or no, we needed 12. So we're going to need... we're just going to go and we're going to grab a bunch. So another thing that I've been doing off camera, as you guys can see here, I do have a power tool. It is part of the power suit armor, which I have made in volts. It's a little bit different than the volts. There's a couple different things. As you guys can see, I can shift different modes. So in other series you guys have probably seen this. This is a crafting bench, so if I click I can open up a crafting bench. So that'll be another episode though when we start doing power armor and all that good stuff. So we'll grab some of our iron. just grab a bunch of it actually. We will grab some of our gold. What else are we going to need? We're going to need our creosote oil because of wooden rail beds. So I've already been making creosote oil, which is from those coke ovens. So we have creosote buckets, bottles. We actually have the bottles, so, and the wooden slabs. Okay. So we will get some of this ready. Actually, I think I have some creosote oil over here. We have 16. I think that should be more than enough. Is there anything else that we are going to need? We already have wooden ties. Actually, I'll just make more. It's not a big deal. Anything else? Redstone and stone. So we should have some stone. Yep. And some redstone. We actually don't have as much as I said before, so we're going to go back down to our rolling machine. We're going to be making our holding tracks and boarding tracks, and I'm going to say that about 50 times in this episode. So, but as we are going back, another thing I want to make is the portal gun, because the portal gun will be very useful. Most series that you see it in, it's spawned in because it's a pain in the ass to make. In mine, that's not going to happen. So, for these though, boarding track and holding track, we need to make a bunch of advanced rails. Standard rails, like we said, we're ironing it, so we'll start making some of these. As you guys can see, it's fully powered up. I could take my standard rail, click the craft, and it'll start crafting. That'll give us 8. We're actually going to make another set. And wow, we're going through megajoules very quickly. But these steam engines are really cool. If you guys haven't seen those, you could go a couple episodes back. The steam engines, I really like them. As you guys can see here, I actually added some more MFSUs. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total, and they're almost all filled. So that's 50 million. 50 million EUs. I mean, that's a lot. Where are we going here? Over here, rolling machine. So it's not done. Come on. Okay. So we have our standard rails. Gonna look this redstone and gold ingots. So we actually probably didn't even need that much. And we'll take our redstone here. Start crafting our advanced rails. Taking all of these things must be going to here. We're gonna need our magma crucible, liquid transposer, pulverizer, induction smelter for the liquid tesseract. So next episode, it should be next episode, you guys will see I've already made one. You're gonna need 2, so I'm kind of jumping back and forth, but there's already one made. I will show you guys how to make them and then using these things. So I just trying to tie these things in together. So we have our advanced rails. We need another set. Hopefully this will actually probably don't even need another set. Yes, I do. Okay. So while we're waiting for that though, we can start making our wooden ties and our wooden rail beds. So wooden ties are our creosote bottles. And our cherry wood slabs, any type of wood slab you want to use. So we'll come back over here. Creosote oil. Actually, we need to make our wooden planks. Grab some of these. And the creosote oil. And we're going to need a lot of those. Okay. 14. 14, 28, 42. Not even close. There we go. And we'll do that. We have wooden ties. That's only going to make us 4 wooden rail beds, though. That should be enough. Is it? Yes. Okay. We'll make a couple pressure plates. Now we have those. We'll come back over here. We'll grab the rest of our advanced rails, and we'll come back over here and make some of our holding track. So actually we'll make boarding track first. Boarding track is our advanced rails, redstone, pressure plates, and wooden rail beds. So advanced rails are wooden rail bed, redstone, and pressure plate. Disembarking track, that is not what I want. Well, we can make holding track, but we'll make the boarding track first. So we have our boarding track. We'll make the second one of these. I'm really screwing up these recipes here. So we have boarding track, that's not what I want. I want holding track. Okay, so we have 16 of each. Now we can go back over. Do we have everything that we're going to need? we have a couple iron ingots, so we're going to be able to make some of our we're going to need a couple mine carts, but actually we have wood, so we can make our mine carts with the chests. So we'll run all the way back over here to our little railcraft room, which is actually across the ravine. So another episode that we recently did was we made that little addition to the Thumbcraft room, but this is that huge ravine that you guys have probably seen. But now that we are across the ravine, now we can start making some things over here. Okay, so we have 4, and you guys will hear a bunch of slimes because the swamp's like right above us there. But we have 4 coke ovens going right now. This is actually making our creosote bottles. Creosote oil is getting made in here, and it's making coal coke. Now I want the coal coke for the solid fueled firebox. As you guys can see, it's better than the coal. Coal only makes 3.2k heat for solid fueled firebox. This makes 6.4, so it's twice as efficient. If I can get this going, I mean, I should actually go back and show you guys what that's actually doing. But once we put all this stuff down, I can take you back over. But for these ends here, we are going to need boarding track, and then for places where you don't want it to stop, like, actually I can explain this a lot better once I put it down. So we'll put our boarding track there, a boarding track there, and as you guys can see, there's a little T here. That means it's going to stop. It won't go this way, it won't keep going like a holding track will. We'll put a holding track down, and this doesn't have a T anywhere. It doesn't have a stop, so it'll just keep going. It will stop here and pick up stuff. We want it to stop here and pick up stuff, stop here and pick up stuff, but it's able to go both ways. It doesn't matter. And then down here, we're going to put another boarding track, so the T stops it, so it can't keep going. So that's the difference between the holding track and boarding track. I mean, you guys kind of need both, because otherwise, if I was to put a holding track there, it would just keep going. It would run off the rail. So, and the good thing about these item loaders and unloaders, actually I'll click on these two if you guys don't know. This is an item loader. Those are item unloaders. So if I can jump up here and click on them. These actually will send a redstone pulse, so it'll trigger these, which is really nice. And just like over here, it'll do the same thing. So we actually need to go up top here. Hold shift and put down holding track. Holding track, and a boarding track, and that didn't get put down right. So I don't have a crowbar with me, but if you guys have a crowbar, you can turn the orientation around no matter which way you want. If not, just do what I did and jump around. We will make a crafting bench, because I don't think I have one down here. Nope, I don't. Crafting bench. We need 2. Yeah. Make 2 minecarts, 2 chests, and then we'll get these things going. Chest carts. Okay. 1 chest cart there, 1 chest cart there. Now that's getting filled up with coal from this chest, and that one will keep going, and this will actually pick up our creosote bottles, which are taking from our glass bottles, and it'll take the coal coke and bring it back to this chest. So now let's try to get rid of some of this. So we have coal coke, some of this is from before, and creosote I cannot say this to save my life. Creosote bottles. So like we use those to make the wooden rail beds. We're going to be using the coal coke in the ovens. So this is going along. This will stop usually. I mean, now that it's going and it's going constantly, it'll just pick up one at a time basically. But if there's coal coke in here or creosote bottles in here, it'll take them and then put them in that chest. And then up top here, this thing still isn't left. It's taking all the coal. You're a pig. It'll go now. Soon. There it goes. Okay. Oh no. Wow. Well, if you didn't take all the freaking coal, you could have gotten up there, you jerk. Alright, so we're going to need to put a booster track in there. But what's going to happen is the cart's going to come up here, it'll stop, it will unload coal into the top of our coke oven. Now it needs to go into the top. Doesn't matter if it's in the middle of the top or anywhere on the top, it just needs to go into the top. And then it just looks better because it's in the middle here. Then it'll come to here, it'll put coal into this one, and into this one, and into this one, and then it'll go back. And if there's more coal in that chest, it'll pick up that and then keep going and just cycle back and forth. And then over here, obviously, this is taking out from the side. Doesn't matter where this is on the side, but it does need to have the little one block room for it to keep going. So yeah, that's a bit of a fail there. Actually, let's see if we can make anything real quick. So what do we have here? Booster track, maybe? One-way track. We don't want a launcher track. Wooden booster track. Disembarking. Sounds like booster track's the way to go. Advanced rail, wooden rail bed. Do I have more? Oh, I only have 4? Damn it. Actually, we'll take some of this and we'll go back and I'll show you guys what the coal coke's going to be doing, and then we can make some holding tracks. So, or I mean some booster track. So we'll run back after I eat here. Eat the carrots. It'd be funny if you could eat carrots and get night vision over time. I'm pretty sure the potion for night vision takes carrots. I could be wrong though. But we'll run all the way back over here. Show you guys what I'm talking about in terms of the coal coke. Heard a spider. Alright, so instead of coal getting taken out from here, I would put coal coke in here. And then once it reaches or goes into the bottom of our steam boiler here, which is technically the firebox, the solid fuel firebox, this will produce better heat. So it's a little bit more efficient. Right now, as you guys can see, it's working a lot slower than it did before. Once it's heated up completely, it's up to 500 degrees Celsius, so it's at its maximum. It goes through coal very, very slowly, which is extremely nice. So with our wither skeleton thing going on over there, we're able to keep this filled with coal. But I'm hoping to use the coal to make coal coke, and then maybe it'll be even more efficient. So trying to take an extremely inefficient steam boiler and making it efficient. So that's kind of the plan. But we do need to try to make some of these booster tracks real quick. So more standard rail. Do we have more standard rail? Yeah, we do. Take that. Gold and redstone. Take you. That uses a lot of megajoules just for one little process. I'm kind of surprised by that. We have wooden rail beds and redstone. Okay. So we'll come over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wooden rail bed and redstone booster track. Now I'm probably going to need redstone torch. So we'll run back over here. And now I have 3 different types of tracks. That's the only thing with Railcraft. It's nice because there's so many different things you can do, but at the same time, it's like, I kind of wish you could just make one track and set it to different things. That'd be really, I think that would be cool. But let's try to put a, oh, sorry. Where do we want that? Maybe right there. Let's try it right here. So booster track. Take you like this. Redstone torch. Haha. So it stopped here. It'll be putting, it'll actually put it in the buffer at first. And then it'll go into the coke oven eventually. So do we have enough for every buffer? 9. I don't know. It's going to be close. Might just have to take a couple out of the buffer and put them in the other ones, just to be safe. I don't think we're going to have enough. No, there's no way. We're going to be 6 short. Or no, we're going to be a lot short. I didn't realize there was 4. We will take you back. Put you into here. Ah, I can't put it in there. I kind of wish it didn't put everything into the buffer, but it's gonna do that just to annoy me. Trying to keep this guy filled. Alright, so good enough. But the plan here is to have this continuously going, making us coal coke, and then, like I said, being used over into the solid fire fuel boxes. So, or solid fuel fire boxes. That's the other bad thing about Railcraft. There's a lot of confusing things. So, we're not gonna. I was originally gonna make a contraption kind of like this with the blast furnaces, but I kind of realized I'm not gonna need steel as much as the coal coke. So that's why this is gonna be an automated process. This is just gonna be kind of like if I need it, I'll throw it in there. Coal coke. Show you guys how this works real quick. So you throw iron ingots, piece of coal coke. You do need to use coal coke, so that's the other thing with blast furnaces. And then this will eventually make us steel. It's a very slow thing, just like this. I think this is every 3 minutes or so. I think 3 minutes. And then I'll make a coal coke and about 500 creosote oil. And then these fill up with 1,000. So we're getting there. I mean, Railcraft is a very slow and painful process, but it is cool. I mean, there's a lot of cool things we can make. So, actually, that's going a lot faster than I thought it was going to be going. Throw a couple of you in there. So, we're going to be making steel. We're going to be making coal coke and creosote oil for everything else. So, I hope you guys learned something today, whether it was the boarding tracks, holding tracks, some of the Railcraft things, or if you guys are interested in what we're going to be doing in the future. Like I said before, we're going to be going over more Thaumcraft, and we're about to make a steel right now. We're going to be doing more Thaumcraft. We're going to be doing more Railcraft type things. Liquid Tesseracts aren't necessarily Railcraft, but we'll start doing liquid Tesseracts to get oil and water and a couple of different things. And then with the fuel, we're going to be making fuel and different types of power sources. So right now we have the steam. I really like the steam. There is a bunch of other things that we can make eventually. So we're going to be working on doing that. If you guys have any suggestions whatsoever, please, like always, just put them in the comments. Do whatever you guys want. I mean, honestly, I'm here to show you guys how some of this stuff works, because a lot of you guys see these types of things in other series. And there's a thunderstorm. A lot of you guys see these in other series and have either absolutely no idea of how these things work, or you don't want to spawn them in, you want to do them legitimately, and this is where you guys can see how to do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. Shares and favorites do help me out, get me out to more people. The more people that watch this channel and this series, the better. I mean, it's just a win-win situation for everybody. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and have a nice day.